Next, we have Sala Agalava, who's a Year 12 at McAuley High School. Please take the stage.
He aha te mea nui o te ao. What is the most important thing in the world? I learned about the world through people when I was taught that Adam and Eve were the first man and woman of God's creation. In my primary class, I was told that Eve was to blame for the world suffering today. Now, this isn't a Sunday school lesson, and I'm not going to prove that they both ate that apple, because they did. But if you have friends, family, or know anyone that comes from a different background from you, then the story I'm about to tell you is as much of yours as it is theirs. You see, whether through oral passage or written text, a world where a wife is equal to her husband, as with a sister to her brother, has always been a topic of debate. They say that home is where the heart is. However, home here in New Zealand is built on the idea of men being manly, as it is right from a young age they are pardoned with, boys will be boys. When we teach our daughters obedience and toleration, they become the canvas of a man's bottled emotions, just like 1 in every 3 New Zealand women. We try to wash away the blood of our daughters at our fingertips with the same waters rising against us, inviting men to the conversations we have about gender equality, knowing violence towards women connects to how we look after the earth, nurtures a culture of holding ourselves accountable. As a young Samoan woman, I am a product of adversity and have to work twice as hard to accomplish my aspirations in life. Rupi Kaur's Women of Color says, our backs tell stories no books have the spines to carry. They carry intergenerational trauma before having to carry children into a world that teaches them about the Rosa Parks or the Susan B. Anthonys before they learned about Dame Fina Cooper, who led the fight for Maori land and its women, or Fiame Naomi Mata'afa, the first female prime minister in Samoa, and one of the only to lead a Pacific Island nation. How are we meant to have our voices heard when there are fewer people that represent us and the experience is close to home? Following Indigenous and Pacifica leadership is recognizing a history of being robbed of their mother tongue, to then speaking the language of the colonizer and not affording the same rights. It is the faces of my peers and my family that remind me that to be Maori or Pacifica is one thing, and to be female is another. On average, women get paid 9.5% less than what men get paid, being even less for women of color. This is according to Statistics New Zealand, which links to the Pacific having the lowest rate of females in politics anywhere in the world. Research shows that girls lose interest in STEM subjects, being science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. They try to pull up a seat within the hierarchy of society while also trying to challenge the status quo. It is our children and our children's children should live in a world where the words coming from the mouth of a female orator are valued just as much as the next male high chief in her village, or the little girl in class is equal to the male CEO sitting in his office. You might see me as just the girl who tried to prove that it took both man and woman to eat an apple. However, I encourage you to stop for a moment. Close your eyes. Open them again. What do you see now? He aha te mea nui o te ao. He tangata, he tangata, he tangata. What is the most important thing in the world? It is the people, the people, the people. Thank you.
Kia ora, thank you for that fantastic speech.